Red alert, we are under attack by the bug invasion. We need people like you to join the Federation and to stomp out the Bug Menace once and for all. With the explosion of retro-inspired shooters and classic IPs getting another chance in video game format, Starship Troopers Ultimate Bug War is the latest entry in the run-and-gun, classic-style shooters, where you shoot iconic enemies while shouting iconic movie lines. But is Starship Troopers Ultimate Bug War the ultimate love letter to Starship Troopers and retro-inspired shooters? Or has it come out almost 30 years too late? Well, it's never too late to join the Federation and the Mobile Infantry, so grab your Marita rifle and give them death from above, because we're going to be checking this game out. Oh, and remember, service guarantees citizenship.
What's going on, guys?
War, Sammy. We're going to war!
Starship Troopers Ultimate Bug War is a first-person shooter set directly in the 1997 Paul Verhoeven adaptation of Starship Troopers. You know, that movie that only gets better the more you watch it. And if you were a kid like me, watching it when it first premiered, you completely missed the satire of the movie, but loved it anyway for its heroic depiction of humans taking on giant, awesome-looking bugs. Hell, I still love it for that reason alone. Starship Troopers Ultimate Bug War has you step into the shoes of Major Samantha Dietz.
Say hello to Major Samantha Dietz.
Sorry, Rico. Dietz. A mobile infantry officer and a new character, as far as I'm aware. I haven't seen the two Starship Troopers sequels, and to be honest, I forget that they even exist. With Sammy being a new character, there is also a familiar face, which you may have already seen in the trailers. The moment I saw the first trailer, with Johnny Roughneck Rico himself, Casper Van Dien, reprising his role and returning as a grizzled veteran, I was sold. The other thing that immediately caught my attention was its graphical style. Intentionally going for a Quake-like looking feel, the game sets out a style that lines up with the release of the original film, 1997, but of course brought into the 21st century, because I don't think a game like this would have run on computers back then. That would be unreal. It's very clear that they went down the boomer shooter route, and I think this works in two great ways. The first reason being to set it apart from its other game, which, let's face it, has been kind of overshadowed by another game. And the second reason being making it in the spirit of the original movie's release date, and garnering fans who grew up with the movie as well. It feels like the Starship Troopers game that we always wanted back in the day. Almost 30 years too late, but hey, it's finally here, so let's rejoice. The game is also made by the same devs who made Bolt Gun, a retro-inspired first-person shooter set in the Warhammer 40k series, which seems to have done really well, so I was very much looking forward to join the Mobile Infantry and take on arachnids. I even played the demo while waiting for the full release, and I quite liked the demo, though it was too early of course to decide what I truly thought of the game. I wasn't fully sold on it just yet, but I did want to know more. One of my first impressions, in terms of the level layout and look and feel, was Command & Conquer Renegade. I guess graphically it reminds me of a game from around 2002, and some of the user interface and defending bases reminded me a bit of Renegade as well. The level layout allows you to traverse through the map and complete objectives in any order, and once you complete all objectives, it unlocks the final objective, which usually involves defending an area and shooting anything with more than 2 legs, while waiting for evac.
Huh? Hello there.
The gameplay is fairly simple and easy to get into. In terms of movement, it is slightly low gravity, much like Halo, to emphasize that we are on an ugly planet, a bug planet, and the shooting feels like it would in a classic shooter. No aiming down the sights, but a slight zoom, and a reload mechanic similar to Gears of War, where if you time it just right, you can reload faster. The assortment of weapons also spans from the Starship Troopers films, as well as maybe some from the awesome animated show. Anyone remember that show? As well as a few weapons which might be completely new. You have the Marita rifle and its carbine counterpart, the Hawkeye sniper variant, and then you have a few heavy weapons that can only be carried in your arms and not put away for later, like this powerful plasma gun, and this autocannon that looks like it came straight out of the Warhammer universe. The only good bug is a dead bug. The Marita rifle even comes with an underbarrel shotgun, just like the movie. Remember, switching to your underbarrel shotgun is faster than reloading. Apart from all the boomsticks, killing bugs will rack up points, which then allows you to call in a supply pod, usually containing health, armor, weapons and ammo, and in some cases, stratagems. I can never make it land where I want it to, just like that other game. Some of these stratagems include defensive pylons that zap bugs that get too close, an airstrike that rains death from above, not discriminating against friend or foe, and you can even play as a dropship gunner, like something straight out of a Call of Duty kill streak, only minus the racism, because now it's speciesism. Speciesism?
Speciesism.
Anyway, jokes aside, you can also recruit fellow Mobile Infantry soldiers to fight alongside you, reminding them that everyone fights. No one quits.
Believe in something,
I
kill
pledge allegiance.
everything! You trying to be a hero? Lock and load!
It really does remind me of Command & Conquer Renegade, as you can even drive a vehicle in the form of a powered armor mech, complete with an autocannon and another very Warhammery chainsaw.
That's a lot of damage!
Just watch where you step, as your fellow soldiers seem to always be in the way. Speaking of Command & Conquer, something which I was kind of hoping for while watching the trailers was that the full game would contain full motion video cutscenes, in the same vein as the trailers and with the satire like in the movie. And yeah, I was pleasantly surprised to see them in the game. It not only adds a fun layer of cheese, but it works to capture the FMV craze of the 90s, that for better or worse, was present in a lot of video games at the time.
The greatest honor a citizen can receive is to be recognized for their service to the Federation, to give their lives for the greater good. Make sure your legacy is enshrined the right way by investing in a cemetery plot today. Or, better yet, sign up to have your ashes packed into munitions. The bugs will get a piece of you every time our brave troopers get a piece of them. Payment installment plans also available.
Would you like to know more?
So the story in this is kind of meta, in the sense that you're retracing the steps of Major Dietz during the first Bug War, which they mentioned was roughly 25 years ago. You know, when Starship Troopers the movie was released. But they acknowledge that what you're playing is actually a video game, made by the Federation as like a training simulator, to get you ready for the real thing. So the full motion cutscenes is real life, meanwhile the game that you are playing in real life is the same video game in the video games of real life. Basically, you are also retracing the Major's journey and are training to become a Mobile Infantry soldier. And anytime Rico mentioned getting the game in the trailers, he was still technically in character. Kinda reminds me of America's Army, the video game, not the real army. The original one was made in 2002, and apparently it was made with the US Army and to help boost real-life recruitment. I mean, good luck beating Halo, am I right? It also came free in a demo disc, so that was nice. Anyway, the Bug Menace that you face are also straight out of the movies, as well as a few new additions. You have the classic arachnids, the foot soldiers of the bug swarm, the flying hoppers that rule the skies, and the big tanker bugs, the heavily armored bugs that take a lot of hits and dish out a fiery, deadly attack. You can also throw a grenade in an open wound, like Rico did in the movie, as well as throw a well-timed grenade in its mouth, like Dizzy did, though I did them once and could never seem to replicate them again. Maybe Beast's method is different. I wonder if he can throw a grenade up its Fellow viewer, are you subscribed? Subscribe now and you can receive updates on Federation-approved videos for absolutely free. Would you like to know more? Click on the subscribe button. And remember, subscription guarantees citizenship. Subscription may not guarantee citizenship, as service is still required, and subscription to the Mobile Infantry is not a full enrollment into service. Speak to your recruitment officer for more information. Now, before I get into what I think overall of this game, there is another addition that I need to talk about. Through the Federation's intel, we also get to play as the bugs. Because in order to defeat the bugs, one must first understand the bugs. And they're pretty clever. Now, I know what you're thinking. You find the idea of a bug that thinks offensive. But hear me out a little. This might get me court-martialed, but I love the bugs! Getting to play as the bugs feels like a surprise addition, and rather than just feeling like it was just tacked on, it genuinely made me smile with enjoyment as I was stomping puny humans with my bug friends! You get to play as the assassin bug, a large, deadly bug that has 3 different transformations. The regular version plays similarly to an arachnid, allowing you to use your claws and scurry quickly on the battlefield, while the hopper transformation allows you to fly and traverse the map quicker, but watch out for those AA batteries. And finally, The tanker transformation allows you to use the iconic bug flamethrower and increases your armor, but slows you down. You can also recruit your bug friends when you pass bug holes, as well as heal from them. This mode gave me strong PlayStation 1 vibes. It feels like all it's missing is 2-player core, and it would be perfect. Also, who doesn't want to play as a cool-ass bug? And hey, what do you think? Hey, where are you taking me? Hey! So, overall, is Starship Troopers Ultimate Bug War worth checking out? I have to admit, my original thoughts on the game evolved as I played the full game. At first, I was a little worried that the game might be too niche for casual players, and not hardcore enough for classic shooter fans, but after playing more and more, I'm convinced that this game will attract both sides. At its core, it is a fairly simple game, but it is genuinely fun, and does capture the spirit of shooters from the late 90s and early 2000s. And in case you're thinking how this compares to Extermination, or for some reason, how it compares to Helldivers 2, my first answer would be, why would you compare these games? My second answer would be that this is an entirely different game. Yeah, it does include large maps where you complete objectives and then extract, but this one is a single-player experience, and leans more heavily towards classic Quake-like shooters, and based on which difficulty you choose, can be accessible to more casual players, as well as seasoned vets. If you're not sure about this game, play the free demo. It'll give you a good idea on how it plays and feels. If you're a fan of classic shooters and Starship Troopers, then come on you apes, you want to live forever? Pick up the game now and do the Federation proud. Do it for Dietz, do it for Rico, do it for Dizzy. Make your species proud by doing your part and serve in the Mobile Infantry. And remember, service guaranteed. Thank you so much for watching. What are some of your favorite movie tie-in games? Have you played Starship Troopers Ultimate Bug War, or are planning to? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does mean a lot to me. Thank you all again, and I will see you all next time. Okay, bug propaganda, take one. Sounds like Donald Duck having an aneurysm. I'm a grown man.